Good morning, children. In today's session, I'm going to take class for 5th standard science, that is unit 3, children. Already 2 lessons we have completed. Unit 3 we are going to start now. The lesson name is air. So those who don't have the book, buy the book, children. Pay the fees and buy the book. You are going to have the exams. So even midterm test also you are going to have. So buy your books, children, okay? Now lesson name is air for you all. Those who have the book, page number 95. If you have the book, you can learn for your exam, children. Okay? Now first we'll see the introduction. Air is present everywhere around us. So air nanadu kaathan sollarukku. So nammala sutti enna irukku air. So air is present everywhere around us. Now though we cannot see it, we can feel it. Nama kaathu paaka mudiyuma mudiyadhu. Yes, only we can feel. Okay, we can feel the air but we cannot see. Air is a mixture of gases. So in air we have a mixture of gases like what and all we can say, like oxygen, carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Okay, so all these are the mixture of gases present in the air. Okay, mixture of gases present in air. Okay, now these gases act as an envelope or a blanket also you can say, porvan solraliya, envelope around the earth and form the atmosphere. So the gases act as an envelope or a blanket around the earth, that is called as a atmosphere. Now it is the presence of atmosphere that makes the earth a suitable place for living. So because of this presence of the atmosphere, that makes the earth a suitable place for a living. Then in the recent years, many number of industries has been established or started and they release. So because from the industries they release excess means more amount of harmful gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So because of these industries they release a number of gases, that is carbon dioxide, excess amount of gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Then because of this, air is polluted. So because of this harmful gases which is released into the atmosphere, because of this air is polluted. Okay, polluted na maasapadutradhu solralem, the air is polluted more than even before. So before and all it was not so harmful gases and all are not released and the air is not, but nowadays in this many industries they have been started and because they release the harmful gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and because of that the air is polluted. Okay. Then in this lesson we are going to study about the different layers of atmosphere, air pollution, airborne diseases and how to control the air pollution. So we are going to learn elaborately about this. Okay. So first we will see the atmosphere. So what we are going to see, atmosphere. So the earth is surrounded, so already I said it is surrounded by a layer of gases. Okay, the earth is surrounded by a layer of gases which is called as a atmosphere. So what is atmosphere, children? That is air surrounded by a many layer of gases. It's a blanket, okay, blanket like, which is called as a atmosphere. Now it is composed mainly of, I said, nitrogen and oxygen. So composed of nitrogen, which is how many percent? 78%, and oxygen, this 21%, composed of, okay, mainly nitrogen and oxygen. Now the atmosphere, already I said, it's like a blanket, envelope or in porvan solraliya nama Tamilla. So it's a blanket that surrounds the earth. So atmosphere is like a blanket that surrounds the earth and it protects the earth from getting too cold or too hot. Rombo chilled illama, rombo hot illama, the atmosphere da nama enna pannudhu, protect pannudhu. Puriyudha? Then atmosphere is divided into different layers. Now these layers from the bottom to upwards we are going to learn. So what are the layers we are going to see? So first is it's divided into many layers. So what are the layers? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and thermosphere and exosphere. So these are the 5 layers of atmosphere, that is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. What are the 5 layers, children? How will you pronounce it? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Okay, now first we are going to learn about the troposphere. This is how the children, this is troposphere. This is the bottom one, and then next, what is it we have learned? Stratosphere. Stratosphere. Next is the meso. Then thermosphere. These are the layers, okay? Thermosphere and exosphere. Exo. Okay. Now from the bottom we are going to learn. So from the bottom means what is the first layer? Troposphere. Okay. Now the troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. So which is the lowest layer? Which is the bottom one? The troposphere. Now from the sea level it extends about 10 kilometers. That is 0 to 12 kilometers. This is troposphere from the sea. Okay. Now this layer also has water vapor. Neeravin solrolya. This layer also has a water vapor, and we live in this troposphere. So we human beings live in this troposphere only. Okay. And most of the weather like clouds, rain, snow, all these come under in this layer only. So all this we can found in this layer. So what layer is that? Troposphere. And all weather changes also occur in this layer only. So other changes, weather changes also occur in this layer. Next is going to see the, now we have finished stratosphere, now we are troposphere, we are going to see the stratosphere. It extends from the top of the troposphere. From the bottom we are going to go now. Next is that from the top, what do we see? Stratosphere. Now, ozone layer found in this layer absorbs, okay, absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays which can cause damage to our skin and the eyes. So the ozone found in the absorbed layer, what do this layer does this? It absorbs the harmful layer called the ultraviolet rays which causes damage to our skin and as well as our eyes, okay. And there is no water vapor in this layer. So in this troposphere, I said you can see the water vapor, but when you go to the stratosphere, you don't have this water vapor, okay. And even it protects from the harmful ultraviolet rays which causes a disease that is damage to our skin and the eyes. Now next we are going to see the mesosphere. So we have finished troposphere and the strato. Next we are going to see the meso. Now the region above the stratosphere is called as the mesosphere. Now the temperature in this layer decreases with the heights and it is 1100 Celsius. So there you are, the temperature of this layer decreases. Now most of these meteors found in the sky burn in this layer. So we see the meteors, that is stones in Sorolya, meteors, stone mari irukum, meteors in the sky. So in this layer what happens? The meteors in the sky burns, erinjirum, purinjudha. Then next is the thermosphere. Next we are going to go to the thermosphere, that is the layer is very rare air above the mesosphere is called as a thermosphere. It is found above the mesosphere. Then exo, the outermost layer of the atmosphere. This is the outermost layer. Kizha irukkiradhu inner, illaya bottom. So idu mela irukkiradhu exosphere, that is topmost layer, outermost layer of the atmosphere called as the exo. It lies between 400 to 1500 km above the earth. So earth ku mela irukku. The air here is extremely thin. So ipo purinjudha ungalku troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and the exosphere. Now did you understand about this? Now next we are going to go to the importance of air. Now air is important for all the living organisms. Ellarkume vandu air vandu romba important. Even it is human beings, animals, plants, for everyone air is important. Okay. So air is important for all the living organisms. Without air, no life can exist on the earth. So kaathu illama endha oru uyirinamu vaazha mudiyadhu illaya. So we cannot live without the air in the earth. Now we take in oxygen from the air and release carbon dioxide. So நம்ம உள்ள என்ன எடுக்கணும், intake என்ன பண்றோம், oxygen, and we give out carbon dioxide. We already learnt in the lower classes. We take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So we take in oxygen from the air and we release the carbon dioxide. Now plants in turn use this carbon dioxide present in the air to produce their food. So we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide as it. These what happens, plants use this carbon dioxide. நம்ம carbon dioxide வெளிய விடுறோம் இல்லையா, அதவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்க, plants use this carbon dioxide to prepare their food. Okay. Now there are gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and hydrogen present in the air. So what are the gases I said present in the air? Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and hydrogen, which is present in the air, are important to all of us for many reasons. So all these are very important. Okay. Now Next we will see the air pollution. So we will see the importance of it. Next we are going to see about the air pollution. So now next is the presence of the harmful substances in the air. So air la irukra harmful substances enna agudhu which can have an adverse effect. Okay, wrong la ungalku the harmful effect vandu enna agudhu which affects on the living beings and the environment is called air pollution. What is air pollution? That is presence of the harmful substances in the air which can have an adverse effect, okay, harmful effect to the human beings and the environment is called as a air pollution. Now when this harmful substance including light gases, what I said, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide and the particles like dust, what happens is when it is released into the Earth's atmosphere, air pollution occurs. So how does air pollution occur? So when these harmful substances like these gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide are released into the Earth's atmosphere, what happens? It causes air pollution. Now these substances when released into the atmosphere at a rate which exceeds the natural capacity of environment to absorb them. Now air pollution may also cause many disease, allergies and even death also occurs to the human. So because of this, what happens? Air pollution, many diseases are there, even the allergies happens and then causes death to the humans. And it may also cause to other living organs, not only the human beings like diseases or allergies or even death also, I said not only to the human beings, even animals and plants also are polluted. Okay, now it may damage the natural environment. So already I said even human beings, plants and animals, when they are affected, the natural environment is also affected. Now we'll see the causes of air pollution. Now air pollution is caused by both natural and man-made. So natural also, man-made also. Natural means like gases I said, even man-made also, and many activities causes air pollution. Now air pollutants are released into the atmosphere through human activities like burning of fuels. Okay, so burning of fuels, then releasing the industrial waste I said. Okay, so already I said many industries they have started and they are releasing the gases like carbon dioxide and affecting the air. Okay, now likewise burning of fuels and releasing industrial waste I said. And natural events, so this I said are a man-made like industrial waste and the burning of fuels. Natural is like volcanic eruption also causes air pollution. Now next we will see the effects. So air pollution I said, now we are going to see what are the effects of the air pollution. Now air pollution affects all living organisms including man. Okay, not only plants and animals, even human beings also affected. Now it causes serious health problems to human beings because of the air pollution. Many health effects are there. Okay, health problems are to human beings and also affects both plants and the animals. Not only human beings but also plants and animals are affected by this air pollution. It brings about a lot of changes in the climate and the environment. Also because of this air pollution, there are many changes in the climate and the environment. Now we are going to see the effects of air pollution. First, diseases. Air pollution causes several respiratory and heart problems. So respiratory is that is heart, throat, the neck, all these other respiratory problems which goes that all these are affected, and even the heart problems also comes because of this air pollution. Now many people have died due to this air pollution. Not only plants and animals, even human beings are also affected due to this air pollution and they have died also because of this. Then air pollutants cause pneumonia and asthma in children, that is breathing problem. Okay, because of this air pollution in the children, breathing problems are mainly affected. Okay, so air pollutants cause pneumonia and asthma in the children. The next is global warming. Air pollution results in the accumulation of carbon dioxide. Accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Then when gases like carbon dioxide are present in the atmosphere in large amount, they increase the atmospheric temperature. So because of this increased temperature, icebergs in the polar regions, that is in the colder regions, there's an increase in the sea levels also takes place and it affects the living organisms living there. It affects the living organisms living there. Okay, so it's a global warming. Next is the acid rain. Now, as we saw earlier about harmful gases like nitrogen and sulfur oxide when it released into the atmosphere while burning the fossil fuels. While burning the fossil fuel, what are the gases released? Nitrogen oxide and the sulfur oxide. These are the gases released by burning the fossil fuels. Now when it rains, okay, மழை வரும்போது what happens? So water droplets combine with these gases. Combine adula சேருது, புரியுதா? Combine with the gases and fall on the ground. So மழை பெய்யும் போது அது என்ன ஆகுது? Droplets எல்லாம் அந்த gases ஓட சேர்ந்து எங்கே விழுது, கிரவுண்டில் விழும்போது in the form of acid rain. ஸோ அது என்னவா மாறுது, as a acid rain. Now acid rain affects humans, animals and even crops. Crops வந்து agriculture இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது எல்லாமே வந்து acid rain affect பண்ணுது. Next is the prevention of air pollution. Prevention of air pollution. If the air pollution increases at this rate, there will be no life on the earth. Air pollution மேலே ஏறிட்டே போச்சுன்னா, இந்த மாதிரி ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும், there will be no life on the earth. எந்த ஒரு உயிரும் வாழ முடியாது because of the air pollution. If there is an increase in the air pollution. In the future it is. A future generation will be affected very badly. So futureல வர generation வந்து இப்போ உங்கள் பசங்க தான், அவங்க பசங்க வரும்போது அந்த air pollutionனால ரொம்ப அஃபெக்ட் ஆகிருப்பாங்க. Then so we need to take some measures to avoid air pollution. இப்போவே என்ன பண்ணணும், அதை வந்து கண்ட்ரோலில் கொண்டு வரணும் air pollution. புரியுதா? So some of these are discussed. That is, major pollutants which cause air pollution come from automobiles. Automobiles are vehicles. புரியுதா? இந்த ஆட்டோ, பஸ், ஸ்கூட்டர்ஸ், பைக் இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, ஸோ அதுலேருந்து வர பொல்யூட் தான் அது வந்து ஜாஸ்தியாக வந்து ஏர் பொல்யூஷன் ஆகுது because of that. Then by reducing the usage of fossil fuels, அதாவது நம்ம வந்து இந்த பெட்ரோலு அந்த இதெல்லாமே டீசல் எல்லாமே அதை கம்மி பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஆகுது, by burn we can save the environment. Then switch off fans and lights when you are not using them. Then CFL bulbs consume less electricity. அதில் வந்து electricity கம்மி ஆகும். So we should use these bulbs to save the energy. Then planting more trees. ட்ரீஸை வந்து நம்ம நிறைய க்ரோ பண்ணோன்னா can reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. அதனால் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், நம்ம வந்து atmosphere air pollution வந்து கம்மி பண்ணலாம் by planting more trees. So these are the prevention of air pollution. Next is airborne diseases. காற்று வழியாக நமக்கு வர வியாதிகள். சரியா? Disease which are caused by microorganisms and communicated through air. காற்று வழியாக நம்ம வந்து கம்யூனிகேட் ஆகுது இல்லையா, these are called as a airborne disease. When we breathe in air, there are chances for the microorganism present in the air to get into our body. ஸோ நம்ம மூச்சு வாங்கும்போது அது என்ன ஆகுது, வாயை நம்ம திறக்கிறோம் இல்லையா, ஸோ அப்போ என்ன ஆகுது, அது நோஸ் வழியாகவும் மவுத் வழியாகவும் அந்த மைக்ரோ ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ் உள்ளே போயிட்டு நம்ம பாடிக்குள்ளே போகுது. The microorganisms which cause airborne disease are, so என்னென்ன வியாதிகள், not the airborne disease are the bacteria, virus and fungi. Bacteria, virus and the fungi, these are the airborne diseases which are affected. It is bacteria, virus and fungi. Okay, now these microorganisms are transmitted. Transmitted na oru idhulirundhu innonu eduthu poradhu. Seriya? Transmitted to droplets caused by coughing or sneezing. இப்போ நமக்கு அந்த இது இருக்கும்போது அது டிரான்ஸ்மிட் நம்ம பாடியிலேருந்து இன்னொருத்தவங்களுக்கு அது போகிறது தான் டிரான்ஸ்மிஷன். ஓகே, தட் இஸ் ட்ராப்லெட்ஸ் காஸ்ட் பை காஃபிங் ஆர் ஸ்னீசிங். நம்ம தும்பும் போதோ இல்லை காஃப் பண்ணும்போதோ நம்ம வாயிலேருந்து அந்த ட்ராப்லெட்ஸ் வரும்போது அதுலேருந்து அந்த வந்த மைக்ரோ ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ் வந்து மற்றவங்களுக்கு ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு போகிறது தான் டிரான்ஸ்மிஷன். ஓகே, டிரான்ஸ்மிட் டு ட்ராப்லெட்ஸ் காஸ்ட் பை காஃபிங் ஆர் ஸ்னீசிங், ப்ரீதிங் அண்ட் டாக்கிங். ஸோ நாட் ஓன்லி காஃபிங் ஆர் ஸ்னீசிங், ப்ரீத் பண்ணும்போதோ இல்லை பேசும்போதோ அந்த நம்ம ட்ராப்லெட்ஸ் வந்து அவங்க மேலே விழும்போது அவங்களுக்கும் அந்த டிசீஸ் spread ஆகுது. சரியா? Now disease caused by bacteria we are going to see now. So bacteria, virus and fungi, 3 I said. First we are going to see about the disease caused by bacteria. That is diphtheria, whooping cough and tuberculosis. That is what I said, diphtheria, whooping cough and tuberculosis. Okay, so these are the 3 diseases which is caused by the bacteria. First we will see the diphtheria. Okay, now it is caused by the bacteria Corynebacterium diphtheria. So what are the bacteria's name? Corynebacterium diphtheria. So what happens, it generally affects the upper respiratory, the nose, throat ella irundha idha vandu upper respiratory throat. And what happens because of this? It causes fever, sore throat na throat pain. Okay, these causes. So what are it caused by the bacteria? What's the bacteria name? Corynebacterium diphtheria. So what are the effects here? Generally affects the upper respiratory. What is the upper respiratory? I said nose and the throat. And not only that, causes fever and the throat pain also. Okay, because of diphtheria. Next is the whooping cough. Whooping cough is caused by what bacteria? Bordetella pertussis. What is the bacteria's name? Bordetella pertussis. What happens now? What and all it affects? It affects the respiratory tract and has a mild fever. Mild fever na romba over lama, high fever lama, lighter. Mild fever and severe cough ending in whoop. So whooping cough is caused by Bordetella pertussis. It affects the respiratory tract and causes a mild fever and even severe cough in this. Okay. The next is the tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is TB in Sodalia. It is caused by the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So in the bacteria, the effect of the Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So when we breathe, the bacteria present in the air gets into the lungs. So on the air the bacteria affect into the lungs and affects the lungs. And the infected person has to be treated. So treatment treat with anti-tubercular drugs. For a drugs na medicine. For a medicine for a period of 6 months to 1 year. So andla effect aanavungalukku TB effect aanavungalukku avanga enna treatment kodupanga, that is anti-tubercular medicines use பண்ணுவாங்க for 6 months to 1 year. அதுல தான் உங்களுக்கு cure பண்ணுவாங்க, சரி செய்வாங்க. புரியுதா? So these are the 3 diseases caused by the bacteria. What is it? Diphtheria, whooping cough and tuberculosis. Now next, disease caused by virus. So bacteria we finished. Next we are going to go to the disease caused by the virus. Now some disease are caused by the virus present in the air, like common cold, influenza, measles, mumps and chickenpox. These are the diseases caused by virus. Some of the important diseases we are going to see now. First is common cold. Common cold is an infectious disease which affects the upper respiratory upper respiratory system, nose and throat, which affects the upper respiratory system like nose and throat, and it is easily spread. Spread agum. Symptoms of common cold include cough, painful throat, running nose and sometimes fever. Running nose na mookulandu vanije irukku illaya, adha running nose poite irukolla, adha running nose. So common cold include cough, painful throat vandu painful ah irukku illaya, sore throat and running nose, sometimes fever. இதனால உங்களுக்கு common cold என்னென்ன வரும் உங்களுக்குன்னு சொன்ன cough, running nose, fever and painful throat. And though many virus can cause this, it's generally caused by rhinovirus. What is the virus name? Rhinovirus. Now next, it is influenza. It is commonly found during childhood. Childhood na சின்னதா இருக்கும் போதே அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு affect ஆகும். It is caused by the virus myxovirus, and what it results in the inflammation of nasal, inflammation na வீங்கிறது, சரியா? Nasal and the pharynx. It is also known as a flu. Okay. Then next is the chickenpox. It is commonly among children, but adults also may get it. So the chickenpox வந்து சின்ன வயசுல தான் நிறைய வரும். So பெரியவங்களுக்கு அது வந்து affect ஆகும் எப்பயாச்சும். So affected people have blisters or spots. Spots na bodyல இருக்கும் இல்லையா, ஃபேஸ்ல பாடில எல்லாம் ஸ்பாட்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கும் இந்த பாடி and face along with the fever. So fever-ஓட இல்லாம இந்த நம்ம பாடில ஹெட் ஃபேஸ்ல எல்லாம் இந்த ஸ்பாட்ஸ் இருக்கும். So those blisters and the spots வந்து நம்ம இன்னொரு பேர் வந்து blisters கூட சொல்லலாம். புரியுதா? Blisters or spots with fluid will drain, but sometimes it may leave scars. எப்பயாச்சும் அந்த இதெல்லாம் போய்டும், எப்பயாச்சும் நம்ம பாடிலயும் ஃபேஸ்லயும் அது வந்து அந்த scars அப்படியே நம்ம இருக்கும். புரிஞ்சுதா? Next, now we are going to see prevention. How you are going to prevent the air pollution. Now prevention is better than cure. So நம்ம cure பண்ணது முன்னாடியே வந்து நம்ம prevent இது பண்ணிக்கிறது தான் நல்லது இல்லையா? So prevention is better than cure. Now airborne diseases can be prevented if we take certain measures. So before this affects us, we can control that air pollution. Now avoid close contact with people who have active symptoms of disease. அதாவது ஒரு disease அவங்ககிட்ட நம்ம symptoms பார்க்குறோன்னா அவங்ககிட்ட க்ளோஸ் கான்டாக்ட் வச்சக்கூடாது. க்ளோஸ் பண்ணால் கிட்ட நின்று பேசுறது, பக்கத்தில் இருந்து பேச, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து அவாய்ட் பண்ண, அந்த மாதிரி செய்யக்கூடாது, சரியா? ஸோ அவாய்ட் க்ளோஸ் கான்டாக்ட் வித் த பீப்புள் who have this symptoms of disease. Next, maintain personal hygiene. நம்ம வந்து எப்போவுமே க்ளீனாக இருக்கணும். personal hygiene எப்போவுமே நம்ம வந்து க்ளீனாக இருக்கணும். Then keep the patient in complete isolation. அந்த பேஷண்ட்டை வந்து நம்ம கம்ப்ளீட் வந்து மெடிக்கல் இதில் வந்து அவங்கள நம்ம வைக்கணும், இல்லை தனியாக வைக்கணும். அவங்கள எல்லாரோடையும் சேர்ந்து உட்கார்றது அதெல்லாம் இருக்கக்கூடாது. Then cover your nose and mouth while sneezing or coughing. Sneezingனா தும்முறது, coughனா இருமுறது இல்லையா? ஸோ அப்படி இருக்கும்போது நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம்? we have to cover the nose and mouth and sneeze or cough. Then avoid touching the face or other people with unwashed hands. அதாவது உங்கள் ஃபேஸையோ இல்லை மற்றவங்களையோ ஹேண்ட்ஸை வாஷ் பண்ணாமல் தொடக்கூடாது. கொஞ்சம் தான். Then wash your hands thoroughly. You have to wash your hands full cleanly. Okay. Then timely vaccination can prevent the disease. ஸோ இதுக்குன்னு தனியாக வேக்சினேஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, சரியா? அந்த வேக்சினேஷனை வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்? டைம்லியாக போட்டோன்னா we can avoid this diseases. Okay. So this student, so this is the lesson. So we have seen about the Importance of air we have seen, then air pollution, what are the causes of air pollution we saw, then effects of the air pollution by global warming, diseases, then acid rain we saw about this, then airborne diseases like bacteria, virus and fungi. Bacteria we saw diphtheria, whooping cough and tuberculosis, and disease caused by virus was a common cold, influenza, and this measles, chicken pox we saw. Okay, now next we have seen the prevention also, and those who have the book can take page number 104 children. They have given disease, what are the causative organism, what is the virus, mode of transmission, எப்படி நீங்கள் transmission ஆகுது ஒருத்தர் இருந்து இன்னொருத்தருக்கு, then tissues, what are the organ affected and what are the symptoms. First if I said common cold, that is viruses, rhinovirus, and here it's a droplets infection. அது நம்ம வாய் வழியா அந்த droplets போகிறப்போ மற்றவங்களுக்கு இன்ஃபெக்ட் ஆகுது. So that is என்னென்ன டைப், என்னென்ன ஆர்கன் எஃபெக்ட் ஆகுது, upper respiratory tract இல்லையா. And what are the symptoms you can get from this cold, common cold, fever, cough, running nose, sneezing and headache. The next is influenza, that is myxovirus, that is same droplet infection, same respiratory tract affected, and here what are the symptoms, fever, body pain, cough, sore throat, the painful throat, then nasal discharge, அதாவது cold இருக்கும் இல்லையா அது, then respiratory congestion, respiratory problem இருக்கும். Then chicken pox, what is a virus, varicella zoster virus, this also droplet infection only and direct contact with the infected person. யாராவது அவங்க மற்றவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது உடம்பு சரியில்லாமல் இருந்துச்சுன்னா அவங்க வந்து நம்ம டைரெக்டாக பேசும்போது நமக்கு வந்து அது எஃபெக்ட் ஆகும். Then what is the organ affected, respiratory tract, and symptoms வந்து fever and uneasiness, நமக்கு உடம்பு சரியில்லாமல் இருக்கும்போது நமக்கு uneasiness ஃபீல் பண்ணுவோம் இல்லையா அது. So these are the symptoms. Now with this we finish this lesson children. In the next class I will give you the book pack answers children. Thank you.